Okay. This is motion light nightlight test for the family room and kitchen. Go. Take one. Ta-da. 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 Ta-da! Ooh, look at that. Now you can see the whole kitchen with motion lights that go off in 90 seconds. And they don't run out of batteries. And they're not a waste of electricity because they're LED. And there's one right here. This one on the column. That's the only one that's battery powered. Now I have enough light in here to walk in, do what I gotta do, and not waste my time with a fluorescent light that is left on, plugged in with no motion sensor, 24/7, and interferes because it's brightest, and I'll show you. It's so bright, it lights up the whole room without these lights on. But yet, it's also so bright that this poor black light on the fly trapper that we need in order to catch all these dang flies that keep getting in here and feasting on the dirty dishes, the garbage, the food my brother leaves on the floor, and the counter, and whatever scraps they can get, are not going to be captured by this thing, because that light there is too bright. For a black light, it must work in the dark, not the light. That's why it's called a black light. Duh. You cannot starve a fruit fly infestation by plugging the drains to the kitchen sink when you leave piles of dirty dishes all up in here, all over, and then, dirty food from the cat litter over there, and dirty floor, dirty trash. My brother repeatedly leaves scraps of orange peels. Where'd you go, Figaro? Like, all this bullcrap, which was a lot dirtier earlier. He doesn't clean up on here enough. Dad. Like Cheetos being left out. You can't starve a fruit fly infestation by plugging a drain when you have so much sources of food everywhere. I mean, look at all those flies. Oh, those nasty flies. Hate those things. Stupid camera focus. The flies been up in here, and it wasn't worse like a week ago. And my dad was all like, "Oh, well, I can just plug it up and starve them because they're just sitting in there." Like, what about all the dirty dishes? You had dirty dishes that went up this high. Literally went up the counter. Over the counter. And all these other food sources that were everywhere. Like I said, the floor, the table, the living room floor, the garbage, the dirty stove. Everywhere. And I told him, "Well, why not just get the fly trapper out?" I was like, "Oh, well," he said, "I don't want to, because I don't believe in it. I don't believe it works." Well, it's the whole point of getting a fly trapper is to trap flies, and that's the whole reason he bought one in 2012. because we had a huge fly infestation in May. I believe it was May 2012. But anyway. And now he's like, all weekend, we got fruit flies going everywhere. There's swarms of them in this dang kitchen. They're even going upstairs. And I don't want flies in my room. Ugh. Like that. One fly up in a cup. This is a fly gets in my food. I don't want it. These aren't even my dishes. I don't even eat the dishes down here or the food down here because it's always dirty down here. Almost always. I'm tired of my dad being too lazy. So I actually decided after a whole week of him not doing anything about it and his tax being, and his so-called starving tax being completely ineffective. I mean, look. More flies. All those little specks are flies. Way up there. And they were all over the pantry door a few days ago. It wasn't until I decided to just get the fly trapper out myself, since he wouldn't do it, did it actually start losing flies. And, oh my gosh, would you believe it? It actually worked. The fly trapper works regardless if you believe in it or not, which is baloney, because I don't see how you could not believe in something that we proved worked when it ate up an entire fly infestation in a week. And that was 4 years ago. The darn thing still works. And just we have more flies this time, so it's taking a while. Especially, it takes extra long when old Fuss Bucket doesn't want to use it. And leaves this thing up here on so the black light can't work to actually catch the flies. That's not cool, man. How is it supposed to catch the flies in the dark if the whole room's bright? I don't know. Maybe you should turn off the lights. Maybe a motion sensitive light idea, like I tried to tell him, would be better. But he wouldn't listen because he's like, oh, well, I like the system I have. It's fine the way it is. I'm like, your quote-unquote setup doesn't work. It's ineffective. And I keep trying to tell him that. He won't listen. So, as it has been for like every other time there's some problem in the house, I have to do something about it because my dad doesn't want to do anything until he absolutely has to. Like, procrastination is his other job. When it comes to housework, a simple solution could be reached if he just had listened to a simple suggestion and actually acted upon it, actually did it. These are my nightlights, by the way. I bought them so I can light up my upstairs of the house, the hallway, and my bathroom. And they work so well down here. But he's like, oh, well, I don't want to bother. Like, it's like, he sounds like, he gives me that kind of attitude. He sounds like my annoying deadbeat friend Nathan crossed with old Matt Kaczynski. I'm like, and that's lame. They didn't do anything but complain and blame people. Oh, living up this here too. But whatever. So, I take matters in my own hands and I actually get it done. I don't sit around and ignore it until it actually becomes so much a problem you have to do something about it. Like, case in point, 2 years ago, I told my dad a month in advance that the toilet upstairs to my brother's bathroom was clogged and I could not unclog it with a plunger or anything. It would not unclog. And I warned him week after week, it needs to be unclogged. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's not Nothing's gonna happen. It's no big deal. And I told him, no, man, if you don't do something about it and fix the toilet, because I don't know how to fix the toilet when it's that clogged. I don't know how it got that clogged. My brother's eventually going to use it, and it will overflow, and then you'll have a mess. And it's like, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe that'll happen. That's not going to happen. It's no big deal. Have you forgotten how many times you flooded the bathroom over the years? My brother has flooded the bathroom a lot of times. And clogged toilet, not his most common method, because usually he would plug up the sink and then just leave the water running. But we've since removed the drain years ago. Removed the drain plug from that. But clogged toilets, he doesn't care if it's clogged. He'll sit there, crap in it, and flush, and flush. So it will flood. So what happened? Exactly what I told him was going to happen. That I warned him about. But he refused to listen. Dad. So then we had a really ugly mess happen. So after weeks of denial from him that I knew I was right about, I tried to warn him about it, and he refused to do anything about it. The toilet flooded so magnificently, it flooded majorly. It flooded the hallway upstairs. It flooded into my bath and flooded into my room, out of the bathroom in the hallway, all the way into Cameron's room, and it flooded so much water, it actually got in the floor and went down the floor upstairs into the ceiling above my dad's room. And it wasn't until it directly affected him did he finally do something about it. Because next thing he knew, he had multiple leaks in his ceiling. And he's like, oh, bleepity bleepity bleep, cussing this and cussing that. Why is there such a big leak? Why is this ceiling leaking? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, I tried to warn you. He's like, shut up. I'm like, well, your fault. You didn't do anything about it. Duh. And that's why we have all that water damage in the ceiling. They refuse to listen. Gosh. Hi, Cam.
Hi.
I'm just making a complaint video.
Having fun.
Yeah, I was explaining on my video how the toilet flooded upstairs, so my dad refuses to listen to my ideas. On several suggestions that could have solved the problem and prevented a major mess. But instead, he didn't listen for weeks on end, even when I kept reminding him. He just got more pissed off.
He didn't want to do anything.
He didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I asked him, why don't you do anything? And he'll just sit here and lay down in his dang bed and watch TV and do nothing, or play on his computer and do nothing. You know, he's not doing anything important. He got time to actually unclog one toilet. So after the toilet flooded all the upstairs, all the downstairs, and made such a horrible mess that my dad finally decided to get a new toilet. After he had to clean up such a big mess. And that was a lot of work replacing all that carpet foam and up and pulling up all that carpet and moving all that furniture just so all that water could be, steam vacuumed up and dried up. That was such a nasty mess. I hated cleaning up all that nasty, dirty, smelly toilet water.
Yeah, good smell.
Check it out. I put motion lights all around here, so there's no way this is an unlit room that will be so bright that it'll interfere with this black light, with the fly trapper.
Also, I turned that off.
Good. I hate this thing. I think it's a waste of electricity because it never shuts off. It's never shut off. It's always on, and it's on constantly. And it's
Yeah.
It's not necessary. It's it's all fluorescent too, for crying out loud. And if it's on 24/7, and my dad has complained to me endlessly about, oh well, I waste electricity because I did da da da. I'm like, I didn't waste electricity. My stuff is already shut off. He made a big tantrum when he threw a fit, over when I argued with him over a bed that had been moved 2 years ago because he just now noticed because he hardly came upstairs. Almost never came upstairs. Then one time he finally comes upstairs. His only complaint is when I was in the guest room cleaning up some things, and he complains that the bed was moved. And he kind of claimed that it was his bed. I was like, no, it's not. That's not your bed. That was my old bed, and I moved it in there after you bought me a new bed. And I moved it to a different spot in the guest room, and you didn't have any plans for that guest room. I did.
Yeah.
And he throws a big tantrum about it while I stayed cool and began to use his own words against him. And it was glorious because he totally lost his cool. And that was like a few months ago, and I wish I had actually recorded that on video. I wish I had gotten that because that was like the first time I won an argument with him by a landslide.
Yeah, he totally was.
He was jumping up and down and complaining, no, this conversation's over. I don't want to talk about it. You shut up. He was acting like a 60.
Child.
Yeah, you heard the whole thing too. I had to restrain myself from giggling. It was so ridiculous. He's jumping up and down and having a fit like he's a 60-year-old toddler.
Yep.
Like,
Ready?
he's a 60-year-old baby. Like, seriously? He's only a few years away from retirement. He acted like a 60-plus-year-old baby. A big kidult. Big fat kidult. Man-child, man.
It's 6:30?
I'm so tired of man-shooting everywhere.
Wow, you're talking about I was asleep.
You were asleep for a while.
I was asleep. Wow.
I just got home half an hour ago.
Well, I was tired.
I know.
And I decided to take a nap. Oh no! I start coughing. What a what?
It's not like that.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
We don't need to call CDC over a cough and a yawn.
You're allergic to my
I'm not allergic to yawning. I may have a slight allergic reaction to stupid. The stupidity. Or annoyance reaction. Let's see. It's like, it was a bed here where the, all that stuff was. So the posters, but then your bed broke down. I moved it into your room. So you were already using that bed.
Yeah.
So like, seriously? He's all bitching about a bed that was moved 2 years ago? That wasn't even his bed? Gotta be kidding me. Let me get a couple of these. This is my spare LED nightlight collection.
It's actually plugged in.
Yes.
Plug in.
I don't need no battery powered LED lights. You know, I don't even know that when I know it's a waste of electricity.
Yep. Even these will use less electricity than that. Fluorescent too.
True that.
And this would probably be vital too.
Yeah.
I'm going
So we're supposed to celebrate our brother's birthday tonight. We got the birthday cake on top of the fridge. If only if I had more of those really bright motion lights downstairs. go. And oh, go figure. I had it upside down. And there. That'll do until I can get some more of these. Those LED lights downstairs, I got those from Walmart. They were like $10. They're pretty good. They're real good. I'm going to weed them out. Every light bulb should be LED
Yeah.
in the house.
We did stop unplugging and we'll transfer it. Oh, source of power. Use your way into it. Electricity. Use your way until it dies.
I know, right? Like, seriously? No, it isn't.
You're saving power when you're switching it out.
Exactly. I'm saving power. Not wasting it. It's like saying, he complains so much about us wasting electricity when we had switched everything to high efficiency light bulbs and power outlets that shut all the stuff off. So we're not wasting power with them anymore. Idling. We're shutting our computers down every week, every night, We're doing everything to save power, and he's like complaining, oh, we're wasting electricity. Meanwhile, he's letting my brother run every TV in the house on all the time. Every Blu-ray player, every cable box on all the time. All the lights on all the time. In the middle of the night, they're on. And I didn't do that. That was my brother. And he sleeps with the TV on all the time. I didn't do that.
And when it's on, especially at night, it's irritating because then I start having trouble sleeping. Especially when off and on your brother decides to turn on all the TVs and turn them up to full blast.
Yeah.
I hate that. And that's when I start going downstairs and unplugging the power cord to the TV.
Exactly. Not to mention unplugging his stuff in his room.
Yeah, I started doing that too. So I could sleep. Your dad was complaining, but I didn't care. I needed to sleep.
Yeah.
And well, your brother doesn't really blast things out of compulsion during the night anymore. So yeah, your brother learned.
Took him months.
Yeah. He learned if he has it at full blast at night, he can't do it anymore because I'm around. I go downstairs. Don't get mad at him. I just go downstairs and don't tell him to turn it down. I just go downstairs, turn off the TV, unplug it.
Yeah.
And then tie up the plug so they can't even get to it. I got your dad enough. I got all upset about that.
Like I care. I don't care if my dad got upset about you taking action to actually allow us to sleep.
Yeah.
And so what if my brother is unable to turn the TV back on at night? That's the whole point. When
he'll go to sleep too.
Yes.
Remember when he was months back when he was doing that and he was still going to school. You had a difficult time waking him up to take him to school because he stayed up all night all the time. He doesn't stay up all night anymore. He goes to bed.
Yeah. It was about time. He was real cranky when I woke him up too. He started hitting and scratching at me. I was like, well, it's your fault you stayed up too late.
I don't want to get up.
I was gonna film my dad's reaction downstairs once he finally gets home and see how he reacts to the new lights I put downstairs, rather than the repurposed lights.
Oh yeah, I got to. have some gift wraps so I can wrap this up.
Well, that about wraps it up for my complaint video for now. I could tell all kinds of stories about my dad and my complaints with him. But I can record those later.